The following, we hope, is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulations and replay needs. Ooh, I found the sugar. And good afternoon to you. My name is Ron Zuckett. This is Retro Sports Network. If you're seeing this on YouTube, this is a little bit of an explanation of what happened in yesterday's live stream. These two teams met yesterday, the Orioles and the Angels from Anaheim Stadium in beautiful, clear and windy and warm Southern California. Nolan Ryan and Denny Martinez on the mound. And Nolan Ryan was cruising right along, and then the computer kind of got into a glitch. As in, Baltimore kept trying to steal bases. And at one point, in a patter of 8 at-bats, they tried 5 stolen bases and were thrown out 4 times, including backup catchers and all that. And so that wasn't realistic. And so we put an end to the stream and cut it there. And so this is just like it was again, we're starting from scratch. And so I'll tell you that on the June 5th game between the Angels and the Orioles, which the Angels won, Don Baylor 2 homers and drove in 4 and scored a bunch of runs, including the walk-off in the bottom of the 9th inning. So hopefully there wasn't anything obvious set for a glitch. I looked at team settings, and Baltimore, surprisingly enough, had 130 stolen base attempts in 1978. Yeah, no, I'm not making that up. That's what the game says, and I didn't go into Baseball Reference and double check, but I believe it. So the Orioles should be trying about a steal a game. They should not be trying 5 in 7 at-bats. So this is take 2 of this game from June 6th, D-Day, 1978. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1978. Tonight, from Anaheim Stadium in Southern California, it is the California Angels, 28-22 in second place in the American League West, versus the 31-22 Baltimore Orioles, second place in the American League East. Nolan Ryan and his 160 pitch count against Denny Martinez. Bang a gong, let's get it on. And so good afternoon to you, or good morning. Hopefully, if you watched yesterday's game, you know what happened. When I went to check the settings, everything was set to average. There was no must steal or anything like that, so I did not change anything. And in all the years I've played any action PC sport, I have never had anything like that happen. Robbie got an ad for Funimation. Wonder what you're watching on your stuff, Robbie. And how you doing, Kurt Berglund? So we're going to hope that we get through this one, just kind of that yesterday was an easy-peasy type thing, and because it will not go up on YouTube, from now on we're just going to treat it like it didn't happen. How you doing, Mr. Forsberg? You remember back when Bobby Ewing was found in the shower and that whole season of Dallas was a dream? Yesterday was a dream. You woke up this morning, you went to take a whiz, and Earl Weaver was standing with a beer and a Chesterfield in your shower going, "Get out of here! I don't want to see that!" Well, we don't want to see that either, Earl. So, take 2, as John said. So, Nolan Ryan didn't pitch yesterday. He's coming back out there. He's 3-6 with a 4.71 ERA. This is his 12th start of the year. His last one, I should have been able to memorize this from yesterday, came against the Boston Red Sox on June 2nd, a loss, and he got hammered. 8 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs all earned. He walked 10 and struck out 7. And so in 86 innings, he has allowed 90 hits, 55 runs, 45 of them earned, 6 homers, 55 walks, and 89 strikeouts. Now, he was cruising along with 11 strikeouts in the first take of this through 6. He has struck out 10 or more 5 times in 1978, including 15 on opening day, and is a fastball pitcher, and when he does allow contact, it's on the ground at 96. Oh, yes, they are very cleverly targeted, Robbie. Don't let that fool you. Anything you surf is going to contribute to the ads that you see, which is why you see different stuff than John and Mark and Kurt, which is why I always ask what it is that you see, because I'm very curious. The lineup that Nolan Ryan will face. Larry Harlow is in center field. He'll lead off. Rich Dower is at third. He'll bat second. Eddie Murray at first will bat third. Kenny Singleton cleans up in right field. Lee May, who is probably most upset about the redo here because he had 2 home runs taken off the board, will bat fifth in DH. Pat Kelly in left field. He'll bat sixth. Billy Smith at second will bat seventh. Kiko Garcia at short will bat eighth, and Dave Skaggs behind the plate. And when Dave Skaggs tries to steal, you got a problem. He'll bat ninth, and Denny Martinez on the hill. Defensively for the Angels, Joe Rudy in left is a 6 and a 3. Lyman Bostic is a 5 and a 6 in center, and Kenny Landreau is a 3 and a 7 in right. Carney Lansford is a 6 at third. Rance Mullenix a 5 at short. Bobby Grich is still a 9 at second. Glad that didn't change for him. And Ron Jackson is a 6 behind the plate. Or 6 at first. Terry Humphreys a 7 and a 3 behind the plate. And Nolan Ryan still can't field. He's got an 8 range and an 8.49 fielding percentage. My phone just beeped. Nope. It did not. Good morning, Lorenzo. Lorenzo doesn't realize what happened yesterday, which is a good thing. So Larry Harlow steps to the plate at 232. 4 homers and 23 RBI. And so the pitch from Ryan is a line drive into left field. That's a base hit, and the Orioles start with a single. Yep, this is... no, nothing bad. But the game glitched. And so too many stolen bases in a row by Baltimore. Or attempts. Rich Dower, I'll get this right the first time today. 238, no homers, and 9 RBI. Harlow on first. He goes, and it's a hit and a run pop-up. Mullenix is there, 1 away. Eddie Murray at 294, 10 homers, and 48 RBI. We are with you tonight, by the way, 7-ish or 4-ish Pacific, for the debut of the new DLC for City Skyline. So join us for a couple hours of that tonight at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, right here on Retro Sports Network. Pitch from Ryan. There goes Harlow. The throw down to Mullenix, and he's out. So 2 out. That's okay. That one I don't have a problem with. Not more spinning thingies. Yes. Eddie Murray has a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Ryan got him on a 1-2 fastball on the inside corner. So the Orioles have a hit, and they don't do anything with it. Half an inning in the books. Baltimore nothing. Here comes California. So Denny Martinez is 5-5 on the year. 13 starts. This will be number 14. Oh, no, you didn't have to spend an hour looking at that. His last start for El Presidente came June 2nd against Seattle. 6 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. He walked 7 in that game. That's a season high, and struck out 3. In 81 innings, he's allowed 88 hits, 43 runs, 37 earned. He walked 41 and struck out 39. And he's a fastball pitcher, and 89 miles an hour and a ground ball plus. Yep, that was fun. We have a good time doing it. Dave's doing it by himself tonight because I'm on at 7. And tomorrow we tape Digital to Dice after the noontime game. So here's a lineup that California sends out there. Kenny Landreau leads off in right field. Bobby Grich at second will bat second. Lyman Bostic at center field will bat third. Joe Rudy cleans up in left. Don Baylor, who had a massive game on the 5th, will DH and hit 5th. Papa Jack Ron Jackson at first will bat 6th. Carney Lansford at third will bat 7th. Terry Humphreys behind the plate will bat 8th. And Rance Mullenix At short will bat ninth. Nolan Ryan got through the side on 9 pitches. Pat Kelly is a 5 and a 3 in left. Larry Harlow is a 6 and a 5 in center. Kenny Singleton is a 6 and a 7 in right. Rich Dower is 6 at short. Kiko Garcia a 4 at second. Billy Smith is 6 at first. And Eddie Murray is 6 at second for Smith. Eddie Murray is 6 at first. And Dave Skaggs is a 4 and a 7 behind the plate. Martinez an 8 range and a .987 fielding percentage. Landreau at .221, no homers and 4 RBI. Martinez deals, and that's into left center field. Harlow, Larry, not Gene, will make the catch one away. One out for Gritch. Gritch at .297, 5 homers and 27 RBI. So you will now get a noontime Saturday game because we've had 2 botched efforts so far this week. Pitch from Denny, and there's a liner in the left field. Pat Kelly picks it up, and Gritch will hold with a single. And that brings up Lyman Bostic at .317, no homers, and 26 RBI. Martinez deals, and Lyman draws the walk. So Gritch on second, Bostic on first, and 1 out for Rudy, who is at .312, 4 homers, and 18 RBI. So Dave Gardner's been going nightly about 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, or 6 if he knows that I'm going to do something. Just nightly check-in chats, and we really do invite you to come in and see. And we have a lot of fun doing it. Pitch to Rudy is into center field. Harlow goes back to make the catch. Gritch will tag and run on Harlow, and Harlow just throws it back in. So runners in the corners, 2 outs for Don Baylor. .268, 13 homers and 39 RBI. Because you did not get the full open against the Orioles in the series opener, he went 4 for 5. He scored 4 runs, including the game walk-off winner, 3 RBI, a double, and 2 homers. And jacked his average up from .251 to .268. Bostock, yep. Just a pronunciation tick on my part. No, I've not downloaded the new patch. And of course, I control one of the teams, so it wouldn't be. Pitch to Baylor. And there's a liner in the right field. Gritch will score. Bostock goes to third. And Baylor on first. 1-0 California. Ron Jackson is hitting .354. 2 homers and 14 RBI. So El Presidente not getting the start he did in the first take of this. Here's the pitch. Jackson ground ball to third. Dower to Smith for the easy out, and that will retire the side. California draws first blood. A run on 2 hits and no errors. After 1, it's the Angels 1, the Orioles nothing. For the benefit of our YouTube audience, which did not see the standings, California playing 500 ball. The Royals have won 9 out of 10 and 7 straight, so the Royals lead the Angels by a game. In the East, the Yankees have lost 3 straight. The Orioles lost the first game of the series, and so the lead from New York to Baltimore is 2. Tomorrow's game will be the Dodgers and the Mets. And the Dodgers are hanging on to first by the hairs of Davy Lopes' chinny chin chin, as the Astros have won 11 straight and cut that lead to a half a game. Pittsburgh stumbling a bit. They've lost 6 in a row, still have a 2-game lead over Philadelphia, and 4 over Montreal. Kenny Singleton at .309, 7 homers and 17 RBI. That's true, Mr. Tribe fan, or Mr. Todd B. A track meet. They turn the air conditioning on and off at the Astrodome. If you get cut off as a 7th place team in the American League East, you need some Lifebuoy for sure. Pitch to Singleton. Ground ball to Jackson. He takes it to the bag himself for the out. One out for Lee May. Lee May at 266, 10 homers and 40 RBI. 1-0 Angels here in the top of the second. Struck him out. Ryan got him to look at a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's 2 for Nolan. We're 2 out here in the second. Brings up Pat Kelly at 342, 4 homers and 12 RBI. Ryan deals, struck him out. Checked his swing on the inside corner, and Ryan just spits as he walks off the mound. No runs, no hits, no errors. Inning and a half in the books. Angels 1, Orioles nothing. So Martinez will face Lansford, Humphrey, and Mullenix. That's a changeup, Todd. So Lansford at 349, a homer and 14 RBI. Pitch for Martinez, ball 4. 43rd walk of the year for Denny. And that'll bring up Terry Humphrey at 223, no homers and 11 RBI. Lorenzo's being sent to the gulag after his team was promoted in FM 2020. Even the better caviar doesn't make it less painful. I'm sorry. Pitch to Humphrey. Well, they're going to throw back to first, and Lansford's there standing. Now they go home, and Humphrey's hit by the pitch. So runners on first and second. Nobody out for Mullenix, who can't bunt. 175, a homer, and 13 RBI. I'd have to buy the game first, Lorenzo. In 1978, Detroit was praying for help a year later because the Cincinnati Reds were stupid to fire Sparky Anderson. Did Jerry Mumphrey steal Brian Downing's eyewear? I don't know. Pitch to Mullenix, and there's a base hit up the middle. Lansford will score. Humphrey goes to third, and the Angels lead it 2-0. Am I facing relegation? My wife threatens me that often, Robbie. So through 9 batters, Denny Martinez has thrown 33 pitches. An inning plus. There's nobody out here in the second. 3 hits, 2 runs earned, and walk 2. And Golf Guy says El Presidente is El Stinko. Landro's 0 for 1. Pitch to Landro was a ground ball to Martinez. Humphrey holds the throw to Murray for the out, and Mullenix will move to second. So 1 out, and runners in scoring position for Bobby Grich. Singled and scored in the first. Lorenzo's going to be relegated. Going to get relegated right out of Losec. Pitch to Grich. Wall 4, and Martinez is having a hard time finding the strike zone. Full count was barely low, and Earl is barking from the dugout. He's still upset from yesterday. Bostic walked his first time up. And he walked him. That's 4 for Denny. His season high is 7, by the way. Brings up Joe Rudy, who's 0 for 1. It's 3-0 California. Here in the second. Pitch to Rudy, and that's catcher's interference. Whoa! And so he took a pitch, but somehow Skaggs made contact with the bat. And now out comes Earl. Earl's had about enough. It's 4-0 California. Earl is out there nose to nose with ID Jester. He calls him a big fat so-and-so Cardinal fan. ID says you go back in there and you snort your Chesterfields. Earl says I'll curl your hair. ID says you get your big butt back in there or I'll throw you out. Earl says yeah. ID says get back in there. And somehow Dave Gardner, an now Red Sox fan, tackle Earl Weaver and drag him by the fro back in the dugout. He's not been thrown out, but he's barking like a bunch of dogs in a butcher shop. Bases loaded. Baylor pops it up. Left side, Garcia, 2 out. Weaver's rummaging around the dugout for something. Here's Ron Jackson. Papa Jack's 0 for 1. Pitch to Ron is a ground ball to Murray. Takes it to the bag himself, and that will finally retire the side. But Denny Martinez lost control. 3 runs, 1 hit, 1 error. After 2, it's the Angels 4. The Orioles nothing. Oh, yeah. Okay. So they barked back and forth between innings. Earl's taken off his Orioles hat. He's looking for something. We're not sure what it is. Jester says, oh, yeah? Well, at least I know who will win the 1978 World Series, and it ain't you. Earl flashed him a half a victory sign for that. Here's Billy Smith, 279, 3 homers, and 13 RBI. Ryan deals. In the center field, Bostock will go back for the out. Brings up Kiko Garcia at 318, no homers, and 9 RBI. Earl keeps barking, and Ryan looks in there and says, shut up. Pitch to Garcia, struck him out. He got him on an 0-2 change at 84, and that's 4 for Nolan. Dave Skaggs, 071, 2 RBI, matches real life total. He struck out 7 times. Ryan from the wind, right back to Nolan, over to first for the out. So the Orioles go in order in the top of the 3rd. 2.5 in the books. It's California 4, Baltimore nothing. I hit the wrong button. Ryan says, don't make me leave this mountain and pound you like I will Robin Ventura in the future. Lansford walked and scored his first time up. Martinez delivers. There's a sharp grounder to Murray. Takes it to the bag for the out. So 1 away for Terry Humphrey, who scored. Martinez hit him in the 2nd. Earl still barking out there, but no one's paying attention. Yep, Humphrey and Downing share the same glasses for sure. Pitch to Terry, struck him out. So the first whiff for Martinez, he got him to swing and miss on a changeup at 81. And there's 2 out for Mullenix, who singled home a run in the 2nd. I think, or the 1st. Doesn't matter. Got an RBI. And this time he lines one right to Garcia at short. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th. It is California 4, Baltimore nothing. So for Nolan Ryan, he's only faced 9 batters, 3 innings, 34 pitches, a hit, and 4 strikeouts. Larry Harlow began the game with a single. Ryan's pitch into center field. Bostock will make the catch for the out. Rich Dowers 0 for 1. So Nolan Ryan doesn't care how many times in a row you throw him out there. He's just going out. The wind, by the way, as it's cooled off to 69, is blowing right to left at 29 miles an hour. Poor Minnie's got to keep her skirt down over at Disneyland. Pitch to Dower is a chopper to 3rd. Lansford, quick throw, and it won't matter. So Dower is on with a hit, as Lansford got the late jump. 2nd hit for the Orioles. I'll bring up Eddie Murray, who struck out his first time up. Dower holds, and Murray strikes out. 2-2 fastball at 97, and he swung on and missed. That's 5. So Ryan is now really amped up. Brings up Singleton. Kenny 0 for 1. Throw. Got him! That's 6. He swung on and missed on a 91-mile-an-hour curveball. And that will retire the side. No runs to hit. The Orioles strand 1. 3.5 in the books. California 4, Baltimore nothing. And so let's go through the ballpark effects as we start at the bottom of the fourth. Lefties, league average in batting average, but they have a 16% better chance of a home run, especially with that gale blow. Well, actually, the gale's going the wrong way. Won't matter. Righties, a 6% better chance of a hit and minus 11 in home runs. And so Landro is 0 for 2. Martinez threw 18 batters, 72 pitches, 18 batters, 3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 1. Pitch to Landro, and Kenny hits that one to second. Smith to first for the out. 1 away. For Bobby Grich, single, a walk, and a run scored. Everybody's all fired up today. Martinez delivers. Up the middle, Smith behind the bag, over to first, 2 out. For Bostock, who has walked twice, and one of them was with the bases loaded. He scored a run. And Appichatter got a commercial for Boost Mobile. How you doing, buddy? Martinez deals, and Bostock will line this one into right center field. He's on with a single. So keep the dirty jokes to yourself. Joe Rudy, 0 for 1 with an RBI. Bostock on first, 2 out, 4-0 Angels. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Martinez not having a good outing out here. Doing just fine, thanks. Pitch to Rudy. We'll throw to first in Lyman's. Caught napping off the bag. How about that? So Martinez atones for one of his boo-boos by picking off Lyman Bostock. No runs were hit, no errors. Angels don't strand anybody after 4. It's still 4-0 California. You mean about Goofy? Yeah. Lee May is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Ryan has struck out 6 through 4. Pitch to May, and there's a line drive into center field, and May's got a single. Pat Kelly struck out his first time up as we play to the top of the 5th. May will hold, and Kelly draws the walk. May should have stole that base. So runners on first and second, nobody out for Billy Smith, who's 0 for 1. 4-0 Angels here, top the 5th. Ryan deals, struck him out. That's 7. The 2-2 was on the outside, on the inside corner, got him looking. Yep, Leroy brothers. Kelly's brother. Pat brings up Garcia, 1 out. Garcia struck out his first time up. 7 for Ryan. Nolan from the wind. Ball 4. This looks more like a Ryan outing. Full count, low and inside. Ryan slaps the ball in the glove. And they're loaded for Dave Skaggs, who is 0 for 1. Ryan's pitch, ball 4. So Lee May will score, and it's 4-1. And it's the travails of Nolan Ryan. He has walked 3 and struck out 7. Through 18 batters, 81 pitches, 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, and that run is earned. Harlow, 1 for 2 with a single. Humphrey and go there. Ryan says, get back there. And Harlow hits a ground ball to Grich. They're going to try for 2. Mullenix for 1. Jackson, that should be 2. And is it? We'll find out momentarily. It is. And so the Orioles get a run, and that will retire the side. Halfway home, California 4, Baltimore 1. I will not denigrate Boss Skaggs enough to actually sing him because I love Boss Skaggs. All right, that's how the runs got on the board. Well, Appachatter, I'll take that penny anyway. So here's the pitching lines through halfway home. Ryan pitching more like Nolan Ryan in 1978. Buddy's on the right end of a 4-1 score. So Joe Rudy 0 for 1 with an RBI. Netflix ad for Todd B. And Nolan Ryan's theme music, especially in the pre-Houston days, would be Take a Walk on the Wild Side. Robbie talks about TurboTax all the time and the Navy. Pitch to Rudy. Popped up. Left side. Dower, 1 out. Don Baylor's 1 for 2. They had a chance to blow this one open early and couldn't. He has singled and driven in a run. Pitch to Baylor. Ground ball to Smith over to Murray for the out. 2 away. Ron Jackson is 0 for 2. Martinez settling down a bit here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. And there's a chopper down to Murray. Takes it to the bag himself, and the Angels go down in order. We've played 5. It's still California 4, Baltimore 1. So Dower, Murray, and Singleton. Dower 1 for 2 with a single. Ryan. Doesn't matter. You clicked on something that triggers that Navy ad. Those ads are very definitely targeted, Robbie. Pitch to Dower. There's a ground ball base hit, and Dower is on with a single. Eddie Murray has struck out both times. Ryan getting a bit jittery on the mound. Dower stays put. Ground ball to Grich. Might be 2. Mullenix for 1 over to Jackson, and Murray beat it out. So 1 out for Kenny Singleton. I'm not even reading that one out loud, Todd. But you're right. Kenny Singleton is 0 for 2 with a walk, or the strikeout, rather. So Murray on first. 4 hits apiece, 4-1 California, and the Orioles have an error. Ryan deals, and that got away from Humphrey, and Murray moves up to second on the wild pitch. So Nolan Ryan is doing Nolan Ryan things. Ball 4. So runners now on first and second, 1 out, and that's the 4th walk for Nolan. Brings up Lee May, who's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a run scored. Pitch to May is popped up left side. Lansford. 2 out. Pat Kelly has walked and struck out. Here's the pitch. Got him, and Ryan's through 6. 2-2 fastball at 96, and that will retire the side. The Orioles strand 2 on no runs, a hit, no errors. 5.5 in the books. California 4, Baltimore 1. So Lansford 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Pitch to Carney. Ground ball to Dower. Over to Murray. And that's 1 out. Terry Humphrey is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a run scored. Martinez, that's the lone strikeout. Mullenix to follow, and if anybody should reach Landreau. Up the middle, that's a base hit. So Humphrey has the 5th hit for the Angels. Mullenix, of course, can't bunt. Stand By Me would not be a good one for Netflix right now, no. Or a new version of it. That would be Cough on Me, right? Mullenix 1 for 2. Single, an RBI, and a run scored. Pitch from Martinez. Ground ball to Smith, to Garcia for 1, over to Murray, and Rance beat it out. So 2 out. On the fielder's choice. the hell was that outside? Kenny Landreau. Somebody's brakes didn't work. Kenny Landreau's 0 for 3. Martinez threw 27 batters, only 5 2/3 innings. That's not great. 100 pitches, 5 hits. He's walked 4 and struck out 1. Landreau hasn't reached. And he won't either, as that's lined right to Murray. Murray leaps and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. Angel Strand 1. We go to the 7th, 4-1 California. Yeah, it's a warm opening day here. It's supposed to be 50 degrees. Got out this morning, got a little bit of sun. Billy Smith, Kiko Garcia, and Dave Skaggs here in the top of the 7th. Smith is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. But today would have been a beautiful day for opening day. Pitch from Ryan is right back to Nolan. Over to first for the out. Brings up Garcia. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Pitch to Kiko. Gets away from Humphrey on strike 3. The throw down to Jackson, and that's it. So fastball in there. He swung at a pitch in the dirt, and that's 9 for Nolan. 2 outs in the 7th. Skaggs is 0 for 1 with a walk and an RBI. Pitch from Nolan. Ball 4. So Skaggs walks again. And that's 5 for Nolan. So 27 batters deep for Mr. Ryan. 124 pitches. 6 2/3 innings, 4 hits. He's walked 5 and struck out 9, and the lone run was earned. I think Lorenzo and gang, they're planning for half a season, an 81-game season. But yeah, it was 110 they played in 81, and that's assuming that we start around June 1st, which is possible at this point. But I think everything is still in the cards. I'm going to say Tom Seaver has the most opening day wins. Mr. B. Pitch. Skaggs holds, and Harlow strikes out. A 2-2 fastball for strike 3. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Stretch time. California 4, Baltimore 1. Max Scherzer. Current being the operative word, and I misread that. But I don't misread Bobby Grich. 1 for 2. He is singled and walked. No, current is current. Has nothing to do with Swift in British Columbia or anything else in the river. Man, someone was going to had pitched a while. Verlander? Although I'm not sure he started opening day for the Astros. He certainly would have in Detroit. Pitch to Grich. Into right. Singleton. 1 out. Of course, it wouldn't be Don Drysdale. He's been passed away about a long time. And Drysdale wouldn't have thrown that many opening days anyway. Those would have been Koufax's starts in the 60s. Bostock is 1 for 1. RBI, walked twice in a single. It's a toughie, okay? Lorenzo is going to the gulag. Huh. Is that Greinke? Pitch to Bostock. There's a little looper in the right center field for a hit. Harlow will pick it up, and that's the 6th hit for California. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and they've left 6 on. Baltimore a run on 4 hits and an error. Cluey pitch for the Mariners. Felix Hernandez? No. Mark, current pitcher, not historic, current. Wow, Felix Hernandez. Okay. So Joe Rudy, 0 for 2. I imagine if you went all time, I would think it would. I think it was Seaver, because he pitched pretty much opening days from 69 to 85. Pitched to Rudy. Right back to Denny, and Bostic will hold it first. So 2 out for Baylor. Don 1 for 3 with an RBI. Yep, Felix makes sense. All those opening days for Seattle. Baylor drove in his 40th. 4-1, bottom of the 7th. California. Pitch from Martinez, and there's a line drive to Garcia. I think so. He was always the ace. We go to the top of the 8th. It's 4-1. Remember, for the longest time, the Mets weren't that great, and Seaver was although their pitching staff got great. And then he was the opening day pitcher for Cincinnati all those years. When he came back to the Mets in '83, he was their opening day pitcher, and I'm sure that Tony La Russa gave him the honor with the White Sox in '84 and '85. Maybe even '86. Remember, he was traded to the Red Sox at the deadline. Dower, 2 for 3. He singled twice. So Seaver would be my guess. Although Dave Steve pitched a lot of opening days, but I'm not sure he threw that many in a row. Dower, ground ball to Gritch, over to Jackson for the out. Eddie Murray's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Ryan has fanned 10 and walked 5, so give him a Woolworth pass with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Pitch to Murray. Make it 11. He swung on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball that wasn't even in the same zip code. And Murray has struck out 3 times. Brings up Kenny Singleton, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Pitched from Ryan, ball 4, so that's 6. Scherzer, by the way, was not Washington's opening day pitcher last year. That honor went to Strasburg. Not with 7. Well, he could. Not sure I'll force the issue, but he could. May 1 for 3. A single and struck out with a run scored. Yep, that was, 95 or 96? Sean McSherry was an umpire. Every once in a while, my YouTube feed, or YouTube suggestions, do you want to watch the umpire die? No, I don't. Pitch to Lee May. Struck him out. That's 12, and Ryan will get a shot at the complete game. May swung on and missed a breaking ball for strike 3. Nothing to cross after 7.5. It's 4-1 California. A Nissan ad. That's interesting. So 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Angels. They'd left 7 on. A run on 4 hits for Baltimore and an error, and they've left 7 on. It'll be Ron Jackson, Connie Lansford, and Terry Humphrey to face Denny. Denny's probably going to go the route. Papa Jack's 0 for 3. Pitch from Martinez, and there's a liner in the right field. Sharp grounder saw the eye, and that's the 7th hit for the Angels. Here's Lansford. 0 for 2. He has walked and scored. And there's a chopper to Garcia. Might be 2. Smith for 1, and there will be no throw to first. So they'll gladly make that trade. Here's Humphrey. I used to have glasses like that. Terry is 1 for 2. He has singled, scored, and struck out. I feel cheated. You got no ad. Don't feel cheated. You're also a subscriber, right? Oh, you're, a Patreon of mine, so you pay enough. Skaggs and Martinez. Chat Humphrey to third. Dower to Smith for 1. Over to Murray. They go around the horn. Yes, they do. Call it 2. No runs, a hit, and no errors. No one's going to try to finish this one after 8. California 4, Baltimore 1. So Pat Kelly That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Pat Kelly, Billy Smith, and Kiko Garcia. And Skaggs, if that's no one's pinch hit for, no one reaches. So Kelly 0 for 2. He has walked once and struck out twice. Ryan delivers, and there's a ground ball up the middle. What a stop by Gritch. Over to Jackson for the out. One away for Billy Smith, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. His twin brother Billy, of course, will, high stick you with the goalie stick. Pitch from Ryan. Ball 4. And now bring up Garcia, who's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice and walked once. One out. Ryan has walked 7 and struck out 12. Or the very... I can't even think of the word. The very version of Nolan Ryan that we think of from the era. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, and that'll do it for Nolan. He's at 163 pitches, and that's his 8th walk. So out goes Nolan. In comes LaRoche. We got a pitching change. Yep. We got a pitching change. This game is coming to you from Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California. That wind, by the way, is whipping out to right center at 29 miles an hour. The orange trees are swaying like their hula dresses. LaRoche, this is appearance number 21. He is 4 and 2 with 9 saves and an ERA of 2.36. And this is most definitely a save situation. He last pitched on May 30th against the White Sox. He went inning and a third, 2 hits, and a strikeout. 34 and a third innings, 26 hits, 3 homers. He has allowed 10 runs, 9 earned. He has walked 14, struck out 24. Yep, Minnie lost her skirt, but Mickey found it for her. Noble guy that he is. Didn't get goofy with it anyway. 4 and 2. He got a save against the White Sox his last time out. So the tying run is Skaggs at the plate. Dave is 0 for 1. He hits lefties better, but that's a relative term. So a save situation, LaRoche going for his 10th, and the Angels are trying to go to 29 and 22. LaRoche deals. Struck him out. He got him on an 0-2 fastball at 93. Dave is just jealous. So it brings up Larry Harlow, who's 1 for 4. He is singled, grounded into a double play, and struck out. After the game, we'll play the rest of the day in baseball for you. Dave's a good guy. What he wants to be. That's what his dogs told me anyway. Pitch, and Carlos Lopez will pinch hit. So righty versus lefty. Lopez at 164. A homer and 3 RBI. And nope, the cat is locked out of here when the wifey's home. Just for that reason, because she will ruin streams. Lopez is ready. LaRoche is ready. That was hilarious. The Yankees are looking forward to this a lot. Pitch from LaRoche. Fly ball, left center field. Bostock makes the catch, and that retires the side. The Angels will win the ball game 4-1. And so for the Orioles, a run on 4 hits and an error. For the Angels, 4 runs on 7 hits and no errors. Martinez goes the distance. 8 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs all earned. He walked 4. That second inning was terrible for him. He walked home at least 2 runs. He struck out 1. He goes to 5 and 6. Nolan Ryan goes to 4 and 6. And here's the problem with Ryan. 8 1/3 innings, 4 hits. That's the easy part. A run, it was earned. He walked 8 and struck out 12. LaRoche, 2/3 of an inning with minus stuff and struck out 1 to get the win. To save, rather, his 10th. All righty. Let's play the rest of the day. attention. It's the same thing anybody wants, is attention. And since I wouldn't give it to her, she just left and walked across the camera. She doesn't care. All right, the Astros winning streak has hit 12. They beat the Cubs 11-8. Floyd Bannister goes to 3-1 on the year. Cubs, by the way, bang out 20 hits in the loss. San Francisco 4, Philadelphia 3. Gary Lavelli with a win. Mike Ivey with the 6th home run. Montreal 9, San Diego 5. Gary Carter, 4 hits and a homer. Montreal pounds out 17 hits. The Mets beat the Dodgers. That's what you'll see tomorrow. Nina Espinosa and you gets the win. 5-3 was the score. Willie Montanez hits his 7th of the year and drives in 3. Cleveland, by the way, is 22-29. The White Sox beat him 2-1. Francisco Barrios gets the win and goes to 7-4. Pittsburgh shuts out Atlanta. Jim Bibby throws a 3-hitter. And Atlanta falls to 18-32. Braves lose. Braves lose. Kansas City downs Texas 5-3. Dennis Leonard goes to 8-3. George Brett back in the lineup, hit his 2nd homer. Milwaukee 5, Detroit 4-12. Larry Sorensen goes the distance. Oh my God. He goes to 9-3 on the year. St. Louis down Cincinnati 3-2. John Denny with a win. He goes to 4-7. And George Hendrick, 2 solo homers. His first 2 with the Cardinals. Yankees shut out Seattle 5-0. Dick Tidrow goes to 5-2. He goes the distance and strikes out 2. Boston behind Bill Lee shuts down Oakland 3-0. Rather, Jim Rice wins or hits his 20th of the year, and the game you just saw. California 4, Baltimore 1. Roland Ryan strikes out 12 over 8 1/3. Yeah, Hendrick swung the bat. The tie-bender is shocking. Shocking. I know that. All righty, so there you go. Tomorrow, the Dodgers and the Mets. City Skyline special tonight, 7 Eastern. Dave Gardner will keep you occupied, I think around 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. Just go on and check and chat, and they have a good time. That's my dinner hour, so I won't join Dave tonight. Dave and I should be together, or maybe some others, tomorrow night. Hey, thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you tonight or later on YouTube. And remember, be good to each other. That's all we have. Talk to you later. Good night.